I'd like to open up the select board meeting, Monday, November 9th. First on the agenda is to review the minutes of the October 26th meeting.
Make a motion to accept the Monday, the 26th October 2015 Select Board minutes.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Okay, the minutes for the October 26th meeting has been approved. Before we move on, at our last meeting, I should have put this in, at our last meeting, we tabled the September 30th minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to have you read those over and see if you could approve those, please.
This is the September 30th, right?
The September 30th,
Gotcha. I
and,
move that we accept the minutes as written.
Second.
okay, did we approve the 28th? We did approve the 28th, it was just the 30th that we didn't, okay,
Yeah, that's the one
That's
I
right.
tabled.
we tabled. We had a motion, we had a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next on the agenda is to sign the, review and sign the select board pay orders. Oops, I'm sorry, number 2, approve the timesheets for the town office, listers, highway, transfer station. Number 3, sign the select board orders, review and sign them. Number 4, time for public concerns. It doesn't appear that we have any public
I have no
concerns.
concerns.
Oh, good, okay, thank you. Number 5,
Number of what it was for.
okay, number 5, we received a notice from the state of Vermont, a copy went to the select board, and a copy went to the planning commission. The planning commission has a detailed reappraisal compliance plan to fill out and then give it to the board. So this was just for information for the select board, and then we can work with the listers to see if there are any questions that have to be answered by us on this compliance plan.
On the what now?
For reappraisal,
Oh, okay.
apparently, it was determined that in the 2015 equalization study that the CLA and/or the COD in Jamaica were outside the acceptable parameters, and therefore an order to reappraise is being issued. The municipality is required to respond to this order within 30 days. So I'll check on Wednesday when the listers are here to make sure that they're going to do this and do it in a timely fashion.
Is it that time of, is it every
Apparently
few
when
years?
your
or something?
CLA falls below a certain percentage,
Oh,
they will ask you to reappraise. And
yep.
apparently
I
ours
remember that.
has fallen. So we'll make sure that they do that and then see what happens.
Okay.
I'll talk to Ralph and the other ones there.
Mhm.
And apparently on Henderson Road, there's debris in the road, so it's gonna be hard for the highway department to plow. I don't know if we should write a letter to them or just have maybe somebody from the sheriff's department go and ask them to remove it. What do you think?
Henderson Road, is that in East Jamaica?
That's in East Jamaica off of Route
Have I
100.
been up there before
Yes, we have.
Well, do you know what kind of debris?
I don't know. I think it's junk.
Is it like sofas and?
I don't know. I'll have to ask Keith. He could have told me, but I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Might be vehicles, maybe lawnmowers. I'm not sure.
we could write a letter and ask if you know what it is and their address to.
It belongs to the people who live in the Little Red House.
Oh, okay,
So
so
we do have their address.
where-
We can write a letter. We can have the town clerk write a letter to them,
Yeah,
just asking to please clean it up. And then we can have Keith go and check it out and see if it's been cleaned up.
yeah,
So we'll take that.
yeah, I think that's a
Okay.
good idea.
All right, so I'll have her do that. Okay. We received a notice from the elevator inspection company. We don't
Yeah,
have.
where do we have an
I
elevator?
asked,
I've been racking my brains trying to figure out.
Well, it's called the elevator inspection service. It's for our handicap lift at the town hall,
oh, okay,
is what it is. See, I had everybody in,
yeah.
It's for what
it's for
now?
the town hall elevator, the lift, is what it is.
Oh, that's right.
And they've been
That's what her father used to do. He was a safety engineer to down elevator.
elevators. They charge $150. They have been since the installation of the lift, and it's something that we have to have done every year. And we can either sign this contract, this agreement rather, for a 2 or 3 year period for the same $150. What is your pleasure?
Or they let us do it year by year, or is it 3 years?
It's a period of 2 or 3 years at a time.
Oh,
I would suggest we go with the 3 year,
Yeah, I would too.
so it wouldn't go up,
right,
but that's up to you folks.
That sounds good.
you don't need a motion for that.
We'll do a motion.
I move we
Good.
take them up on their contract for. to
Agreement.
inspect The agreement for conveyance inspection at the town hall for 3 years.
I second.
$150 a year.
I second.
A second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 And if you don't have a problem, I will sign it and get it off to them. And we received a letter from, or notice from
Yeah, what was that?
Schnitzer. Apparently they pick up our hazardous waste
Mm-hmm.
from the transfer station, and it's a contract, hazardous material removal compliance contract, that we have to,
What kind of hazardous waste do they pick up?
they pick up our,
I thought that we had to take all of that down to Wyndham Solid Waste.
but isn't it
It's
the
like mercury,
mercury that, we never received a notice today on the mercury certification. We have to, I would suggest maybe, do you want to take the time and read
Yeah,
it before
let me,
we?
because I didn't think that we did that. I thought that we took those things to other,
was-
other transfer stations.
Okay.
That we're into the electronic stuff, but others will do, so.
This is
Yeah, you should-
refrigerants.
you should read that, Judy.
Yeah,
Yes, so I'm gonna
Let-
give
let
that
me
to you
follow
before
up
we,
on
because
that.
I don't think there's a deadline right now, so
okay.
I'm gonna give that to you. Okay, so we've tabled that one for
That
now.
sounds good.
Um, And I believe it was, when we had our last executive session,
The 30th.
the 30th, and we need to ratify
Yes.
a motion. Would you
Yes, I
like
would
to?
like to move that we ratify the contract for hiring Mark Plouffe for the position of medical leave replacement at the transfer station until we know what's going to be happening in the future.
Okay,
So,
For him.
and also, should we do two motions, one for,
I'll second that motion.
Okay.
okay. Any further discussion?
So, he's like hired,
He's hired at full-time rate.
okay,
Before, he was,
Summary.
an assistant or a replacement
so he'd be the transfer station attendant until
until
when comes back?
the person that is on medical leave returns.
Okay,
Okay.
And then he would receive full benefits.
Okay, we probably should put that in the motion, or do you want to do that as a second motion? I think we could put probably that in one motion.
Okay, the
The,
first motion,
We can do the first motion, or
okay,
the,
then I'll amend it. My
Okay.
motion, I'll amend my motion to include that Mark Plouffe be instated as medical replacement how did I say it? Medical?
full-time,
Full-time.
medical full-time, with the pay of a full-time,
Yeah, full-time
and
rates.
not the sub-rate, and to receive the benefits.
The benefits, right. I can't think of the right word. Boy, it's
Why don't you read that back, Ed? Make sure we,
Yeah, make sure it's right.
Well, I did abbreviate it, right?
okay,
Dr. Flower moved to hire Mark Plouffe as the medical leave replacement at the transfer station with full pay and benefits.
okay.
Okay.
All right, and we have a second?
second.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Judy, do you have anything?
Tonight we were supposed to make a decision about what direction we would like to move for the Wyndham Solid Waste District Management Group in terms of whether we wanted them to go out of the recycling business and have us then hire a private organization, private company to do our recycling, or whether we wanted, as a member of the district, to have the Wyndham Solid Waste continue to do recycling. Now, with that in mind, again, I did some more homework, and I found out that they have in fact presented at Wyndham Solid Waste, they have decided not to go to two different budgets to present to the large board in December, but rather they believe that it is important to continue the dual recycling and to continue that part of their services to the members of, there are 19 towns that are involved, we being one of them. And so with that in mind, I also found out at that time, and I think I sent you the information also, that that in continuing on with the dual stream recycling that they've been working on, that it was a decision in which actually last Wednesday, where Brattleboro who has been one of the towns that's been on the fence, decided that it was the better way to go to continue with the dual cycling. And so they decided to only make up one budget, which has them continuing on as our recyclers doing that work and receiving it. And then they had the ability to, in this budget, to reduce their budget down to from $1,318,803 to a projected revenue of $913,930, with the remaining $434,873 to be funded through the assessment. So that's the budget that, as of last Wednesday, was being recommended to the big board come December. It means that our assessment here in Jamaica would be reduced from $14,302 to, let's see, 14, and it would be a reduction of our Jamaica assessments by $2,284. I think we were paying
15?
15 something or other, yeah. So, with that in mind, I also found out that if we go with Triple T, that the bins that we would be offered are open top. So what that means is that we have got to figure out how to cover them in order to protect them from snow and from animals, etc. And a tarp could be used as a first gap situation, but it would mean that every night the attendant would have to close the tarp on it over these 30 cubic gallons bins by hand, and then take it off in the morning so that they could be used. Eventually, we would have to do something more permanent in order to cover those. I was talking to Skip at the Wyndham Solid Waste, who's in charge of the hauling, and he was saying that if Wyndham Solid Waste goes out of the recycling business, they would probably let us continue to use what they call condos, the ones with the shutters and that kind of thing, except that we would have to pay $6,000 per condo. And also those are 40 cubic rather than 30, so that would increase. And it's, when you begin to do some of the mathematics here, it looks like that it would be a larger cost to have Triple T come and haul away, and that we would have to do some kind of shed or something or other to cover. I don't know how that would be. And that we would probably have to most likely buy the bins at that amount from Wyndham Solid, that we're starting to add up. So now, all that I've said, today I had a conversation with our representative, who is Lou Russo down there, who's also president of the board of the supervisors, what he calls this was the finance committee. And he said today that all of that might be changing. But I'm giving you what is as it stands right now. And I don't know, they're having a special meeting tonight to figure things out. So, I don't know where we stand. My recommendation is that one of the things why they want us to make a decision is so that it gives the finance committee and the board, the large board, an idea of where the towns want to be in this decision-making process. And what I learned last week after this Wednesday meeting was that Brattleboro was actually very much in favor of staying with Wyndham Solid Waste and the double stream, that it would be a better deal for them and for us. And there's also a concern that we would have, if we stayed with the double stream and Wyndham Solid, that the fact is that we would have more control over the amount that we would be spending on the recycling, where if we have to hire a private company, we really don't have much or power or control in terms of how much they will have us, they can increase it at any time that they want to do that. So, I don't know what you would like to do about that. I do think we do need to be making a decision. If you want to hold off another week, we can, or another 2 weeks, that might be something. Or if you feel like you want to go with the decision tonight, we can do that too. So,
Do you think they're gonna change anything in between now and 2 weeks, or not?
I don't know. According to Wu, there might be changes, but I'm not sure because I think either way, our budget may go up somewhat with Wyndham Solid if this one contract doesn't come through. But then again, we don't know what's going to happen with the Triple T or Casella in terms of them raising the amount too. So
Because we don't know how much Casella or Triple T would.
yes, we
We do know
know.
how much.
Yeah,
how much would
they
they
were
charge?
going to charge us, I think it would be still 145, I think.
A ton? Was that what it was?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. And then, I better not say anything because my head is not working. I did have it, but it's in
Okay,
another
that's all right.
section. Okay? But yeah, and they were only 30
Yeah,
cubics versus our 40.
Right.
So it's going to whatever
More pickup.
number. He said that he thought about 10 trips a month. I do remember that number.
And solid waste would be a lot less.
And then what? Yeah,
Solid waste
would be a lot less
less.
because that comes in our dues,
Right.
in our dues money.
Are they gonna take the condos we have away in the next 2 weeks?
No,
No.
they are not.
Why don't we, what about if we thought about seeing what this meeting, what happens today or
Yeah,
whatever?
that's certainly one thing that we can do.
Because covering those up
Oh,
would be difficult.
It would
Because they're
absolutely.
on the backside,
Right.
and if they're raining, it just,
Right.
unless they're really, really tied down, and
right,
sink them.
yep.
I don't know. how
Yeah,
that
I don't
would
know how we can really do that.
I mean, and then the ice and the snow, it's gonna make
Oh.
it heavier.
Oh,
We're gonna
yeah.
pay for
Right, yeah.
waste.
And actually, when I talked to Peter, last week a little bit, he said, I said, what was happening and so forth. He said really that this is being with Wyndham, for our size town, it's really a better deal for us to be with Wyndham Solid.
Solid waste. I mean, it sounds like it, just what you're saying
Right.
now.
And for him to say that with
Right.
him running that business, thought that was a pretty honest
Yeah,
thing to say.
so do you want to wait until that meeting?
I do.
Okay,
Okay.
if you don't mind, if
Yeah,
that's okay with you, we can.
Certainly, and then find out what's happening tonight, so,
Maybe they'll have more definite.
yeah.
Because Bradford was the biggest town. That
I
No,
know.
I'm a little surprised at
I
that.
was very surprised that they
Good for
agreed,
them.
To go with it.
yeah. I was also told that one member who has been with Wyndham Solid Waste from the beginning, actually, I didn't know this, but that corporation was a private corporation before they went public.
Oh,
Did any of you know that?
no, I didn't know that.
And the prices were much higher at that point, and one woman who's been on that board for this length of time said that it was risky when she was on and it was a private corporation, and now that we may be going back to that, she was quite concerned that things were going to start going back the way it was originally. So there's lots of pros and cons
Right.
in going here, so to wait sounds like an okay thing to do.
Okay, so we'll do that on that. Do you have anything else for us?
The town well, the town hall well, I keep pushing, and I think I finally have them talking to one another.
Oh, good.
So, who knows? I was telling somebody today, I think I'm getting ready to get my own shovel
And start to
start to dig and see where
We
we
would
can
have
get.
had it done by now.
Yeah.
I helped you.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. So, but that's where that one stands. Okay.
Thank you, Judy. Andy?
I was wondering, I got a question about,
Okay.
they were, where they put the guardrails in on Water Street.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the dirt's falling away because of all the rocks underneath.
Mm-hmm.
So Fitzpatrick's was down there today, filling it in, seeding it, and I didn't know whether they would continue to do that as it rains and.
I don't know. We can ask if you can give Terry a call tomorrow.
Yep, I did call her today.
Okay,
was
because she
gonna
did talk to
step down.
Mike. I don't know if.
No, I was just curious, they got it all looking all real good again, and they were throwing some grass seed around, and I said, are you guys gonna put some straw on that too? And they said that we told them that we didn't want them to seed that, and that the town was gonna do it,
Oh, I
to
don't.
save money, I don't remember talking
I
about it.
don't know. I know when Paul's away, so he could have said something.
Oh.
I don't know. So
Well,
I
they
don't
seeded,
That's
even
fine.
after they said that we told them not to, they've seeded both sides.
know. Okay, that's
And
fine.
then,
Oh, that's
but
nice.
they said that, yeah, they didn't have to, by the
Yeah.
sounds of it.
That, yeah.
It's taking up the road, you know, where the
Oh,
house is.
really?
It looks like it is.
Yeah.
So,
Hopefully, it'd be nice if we could plant some little trees or bushes or something that would.
it's like growing in.
It'll grow in fast.
It's
within-
growing in with, you know,
Really?
just whatever it is, vegetation, but it's up, you know, up to here,
Oh,
already,
yeah.
I mean. Not to the road, but out
But it's growing,
back.
yeah. I'm hoping someday we can, once we get sort of organized and get it all
Right.
done and we get some extra money, plant some trees along where we lost the houses.
Right.
We'll have to decide what trees will
Well,
hold
I've
up the
heard that
best.
oak trees grow pretty fast,
Ooh, oak?
but that's not my,
Yeah, we can see what, you know, different people have suggested different things. We can see what
Yeah.
people want and
so
we'll see what happens.
they seem to be doing a good job on it, and it looks nice, and I saw it one time after some heavy rain, how it was acting, and
It
it
was
seemed
okay.
to be doing pretty good, and there's a couple places it
Hmm.
pours into that property on the house on the corner,
You're always.
but I think it did that before,
Probably.
so other than that, I don't.
I remembered one thing I forgot.
Yeah.
We had some garbage left out of the gate, outside of the gate on Sunday, I think it was. And interestingly, the garbage was in the paid for as you throw bags.
Oh, well.
And,
That was
in a
good
box, so, I called the sheriff's office because that's how we're supposed to follow through. And, they'll be coming up, in a day or two, and I told them to give me a call and I'd go and meet with them to go through it and see. But meanwhile, Mark has put them in that one
Box.
container to save, so that we can follow up on that.
Yeah,
He couldn't get a hold of you right off,
Yeah.
and I looked on my caller ID and it said town of Jamaica. I
Oh,
said, who's calling from the office? And he just picked it up. So he told me he did that.
that was
He
good.
said that
Yeah.
he'd call you,
Yeah, he did.
Later.
I'm glad that you were there for him, though.
so.
all right, I don't have anything either, so
Just,
Oh, I'm
can I
sorry.
ask one thing?
you sure can.
All right, about this, October 30th thing that was on the table, that we tabled,
Yes,
did we resolve that this
we
afternoon?
resolved that this afternoon. The
So
wording
what does
was-
that mean? How did you take that off the table and then,
Well,
or we just?
we didn't, we tabled the minutes because of the way it
Oh,
was
okay.
worded.
Oh, all right.
No, the wording is fine, the wording is fine.
Oh,
I wondered how that worked.
Yeah, that was fine,
We
and we
tabled the
checked with
minutes.
Attorney
Yeah.
Gillies, and we had the proper wording and
Okay.
everything, so
No.
we're all set with that.
That was good. I'm glad that we did do that,
Yeah,
because I know I remembered and a couple of other people remembered, but
so I just want to make sure we have the right wording when we
Right.
do all our things. And it is the law, he says it's,
Yeah, he made it pretty
Yeah.
clear that
yeah, he sure
that's
did.
exactly what we needed to say.
Right.
So if we don't have anything more, I'm going to motion to adjourn.
You want me to say that? Oh, I move.
Do you have a
After
second?
a long day.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Meeting adjourned at 7:36.
All right, Rich.